Every day that the operator takes the unit out for operation, it has to go through a pre-trip inspection, which of course is going to require certain checks on the sweeper. Those do not include the DOT inspections. The things that we actually going to start checking is the lights. The lights are very important, especially the emergency lights on the sweeper, simply because the sweeper is actually going to be a lot of times in traffic. So therefore, we're going to check on the turn signals, the brake lights, the aero board, and of course the beacons. So next we will check the tires, make sure your tire treads are okay. Of course, everybody knows how to check those. You can check that with a penny. It needs to be at least halfway to the penny. And we will do that for all 6 wheels. Next, we'll check the air pressure on all tires to make sure they're all up to the specs. Next, we'll check on the length of the broom bristles. The broom bristles are supposed to be no less than 5.5 inches in length. Continuing inspection on the broom. We're running the broom, and of course, we have to make sure that the strike pattern of the broom is correct. The broom's supposed to strike from 9 o'clock until 2. As you can see here, it starts at a little further than 9 o'clock, which is okay. However, it is ending and releasing the debris at 2 o'clock. And at 2 o'clock, when the broom is actually releasing the debris, is going to be put on the path of the main broom. The next thing, of course, we're going to check the down pressure of the broom. The down pressure is actually, you can see it right here. The down pressure of the broom should be approximately 3 to 3.5 inches wide. If the strike pattern is more than that, that means there's too much down pressure on the broom, which means that the broom is actually going to wear abnormally. The narrower the strike pattern, the less the broom is going to wear. Then next, we're going to check the operation of the gutter broom extension override and also the tilt of the broom, as well as the speed. We are checking the right gutter broom as well as the left gutter broom. We're checking, of course, to make sure that the broom is releasing at 2 o'clock. I'm sorry, at 10 o'clock, and is actually striking at a little beyond 3 o'clock. That is great. The strike pattern is a little over 3 inches. And of course, the gutter broom extension override goes in and out as well. Another important thing that we need to make sure on both sides of the curb brooms is to make sure there is no buildup as far as twine, rope, or any kind of wire around the broom bristles, especially around the broom motor shaft. The next check we're going to do is the main broom strike pattern. We're on the broom. Now the strike pattern on the main broom is supposed to be 4 inches minimum, 6 inches maximum. For example, this is the maximum strike pattern for the main broom, which is 6 inches. If the strike pattern is above 6 inches, especially if you sweep on millings, the broom is going to wear abnormally and very fast. Continue with the main broom checking. We check the length of the bristles of the main broom. The bristles, of course, they're about 12 inches long from the end of the drum. They should not be less than 6 inches in length. That would be the minimum. The next thing, of course, is we're going to check to make sure that the main broom is aligned between the side plates to where the end of the broom on both sides is actually kissing the inside of the side plates. That way, there is no way that you can have any kind of windrow or actually a trail between the main broom and the side plate. The next thing, of course, we're checking to make sure there is no buildup of any kind of twine rope or any kind of wire in between the broom bristles on the main broom. Again, if there is any kind of buildup, of course, it has to be cleaned up. In order to do that, you can take the two cotter pins right here. You can take the rear panel off, and then you can go in there and cut cut all that buildup off. It needs to be all clear. Of course, another part that we need to be checking on is the center deflector. Center deflector needs to be inspected for any kind of damage during the sweeping operation. And of course, the center deflector is actually at 30 degrees from the main broom, so the debris from the right side is actually pointed directly into the center of the main broom. So the next very important part of the daily inspection will be to check on the water system. The water system, it actually condenses that dust that the brooms create when the sweeper is actually in operation. So the first thing, of course, you do before you go out to sweep will be to make sure that your tank is full of water. Now the other thing, of course, is to make sure that the filter is clean. So to do so, we are going to turn off the main valve, and we are going to take the filter out and inspect it. And here's the filter. Now again, the filter will not be, of course, day in, day out, it will not be that clear, but all you have to do is rinse it off, put it back in, and install it the way it was. However, there is a very, very important part that I need to talk to you guys about. When you go to the end of tying the end cap off, you need to go 1/8 of a turn back to let the O-ring settle. And that's all it is to it. Of course, next we're going to start all 4 options on the sprayers. Turn on all the water nozzles, the main broom, the right gutter broom, left gutter broom, and the front spray bar, and make sure all the sprayers are actually spraying adequately. If there's no water coming out of any of the sprayers, you need to take it out and check on the screen to make sure that it's not blocked up.